everyone, good afternoon. I hope you're enjoying this last bit of sunshine and pleasant temperatures because a shift in our weather pattern actually starts up tonight, continuing through this weekend. We're looking at cooling temperatures, more precipitation. In fact, rain chances are picking up each day as we go forward. Altogether, coming down into an active weather pattern through this weekend. We're looking at rain, mountain snow Saturday and Sunday, and then by Sunday and Monday, some snow showers in our lower elevations. Now that lower elevation snow, not enough to get excited about. However, we're just going into this fall flip that we're expecting across the high desert. So I am Chief Meteorologist Darrell Winninger, and we're about to take a deep dive into your most reliable forecast from the Central Oregon Daily Weather Center, starting off with what's been happening across the high desert. Now currently we do have a whole lot of sunshine still, and when we look at cameras from different sources all across the Tri-County area, notice that there are quite a few clouds. None of these clouds are bringing any precipitation yet. That is going to be changing, and the big change-up really starts as we go further into tonight. So let's go ahead and just look at a couple other cameras. These ones are all courtesy of the Oregon Hazards Lab. Some of them show a couple of light plumes, some prescribed burns, some ag burns have been happening because the day has been so gorgeous, and it's really not impacting our air quality too much at all. In fact, when we look at air quality conditions from both the DEQ and eSpace's air quality monitoring network, we notice that we're sitting in the green, good air quality with both the hourly average and those real-time sensors, those dots spotting the map, are all showing good air quality. Now, satellite and radar does show that more clouds have been developing through the last couple of hours, but when we go ahead and zoom out, take a look at the bigger picture. I'm just going to go statewide first. We're seeing a long line of clouds on the east slopes or the west slopes of the Cascades coming down to the 97 corridor. Now, through the last hour or so, we've seen some sprinkles in a few of these clouds over south central Oregon, as well as some of the ones over Washington. All of this is part of a much bigger system. That system is still out over the Pacific Ocean. It's that low pressure you see setting up, and even with this satellite and radar run, you can actually see some of those sprinkles over south central Oregon. Those are the ones that are coming into the high desert tonight. Now, this low is going to continue to develop through the next couple of days. It actually treks to the south, just offshore, staying offshore because of that weak trough that's setting up in a ridge of high pressure further off to the east, but it keeps that low pushing south. Now, by Friday, everything else gives way. The low starts to make landfall, and as it rolls into the Pacific Northwest, we're looking at some even bigger changes to the high desert. So looking at the infrared satellite imagery, the enhancement doesn't show too much to worry about over the high desert, but we are continuing to track the development of that low that's offshore. And the bigger picture, we're not really too worried about because most of what's happening has to do with that low through the rest of this weekend, and the next couple of systems aren't even developing yet. Meanwhile, we have dry conditions with with relative humidity values in the teens and 20s for most, a few 30s, a couple of 40s. Now look at this. In the last 24 hours, we topped out well into the 70s. A lot of these are holdovers from 24 hours ago, and current temperatures are in the 70s with some 60s. Look at Warm Springs. Very close to 80 degrees, just not quite there yet. It could top 80 degrees for the daytime high, but on the east slopes of the Cascades, Sister Sun River, both 64, 68 in La Pine. So temperatures are actually running between 1 degree warmer and 7 degrees cooler than 24 hours ago, and that's right on target with the forecast, including this additional cloud cover through the afternoon. So tonight gets cool, gets chilly, lows 40s and 30s. A few 20s possible if we catch a little bit more clearing, but look at tomorrow, 60s expected. So the beginning of our cooling trend with some light showers expected and periods of clearing. Now, your school bus forecast shows that we'll be starting off with 40s and several 30s for lows, and we are expecting some wet roads. It's not going to be as bad as later on in this active weather pattern. By the afternoon, we actually catch some clearing. That's going to be breezy for some. Not as pleasant, but still seasonal conditions are expected. Now, this cooler air mass is gradually working its way over the Pacific Ocean, but it all has to do with that low that's offshore. So south to north winds are going to bring showers in that direction. And we're looking at, highs in the 60s for Thursday. By Friday, highs in the 60s and 50s, so cooling even more. And then by Saturday, more precipitation, even cooler with highs in the 50s. This is when we're turning our attention to the Cascades as more mountain snow, all expected. But between now and Saturday at 11 p.m., mostly rain pushing in and that low starting to fizzle out. Now the low pressure system fizzles out, but the remnants of that low stay over the high desert until a cold front really clears the air on Monday, and that means more precipitation is expected on Sunday. Remember, Saturday and Sunday, that's when we're starting to look for mountain snow, but by Monday, highs in the 40s and 50s, some snow showers to start the day and to end the day are expected. So your forecast model actually shows where we're looking at some sprinkles tonight, a few showers early tomorrow, followed by some clearing, and then by Friday, more rain later in the day as this low starts to make landfall. So tomorrow might actually end up being a dud, where we're just looking at more clouds, not too much in the way of rain, but some showers are possible, even more Friday, more Saturday, and then by Sunday, some rain and snow showers not out of the question. Going past that, through the rest of Sunday, the GFS does show not as active, but that activity returns Monday and Tuesday, with snow showers expected for some parts of the high desert. By Wednesday, we start to clear out late. So between now and 7 a.m., some showers overnight. We continue that trend through Friday. By Saturday is when we really start to see the rain. Actually, Friday night going into Saturday is when that rain really starts to shape up. But look at this. Today, it's actually been gusty with those gusts between 13 and 32 miles per hour. Actual wind speeds are about 5 to 15 miles per hour. But look at this. Winds tonight taper off to a gentle breeze. By Thursday and Friday, it's still going to be breezy across the high desert. So for tonight, 40s and 30s, some sprinkles expected. By Thursday, we're looking at 60s with a few 70s and even a couple of 50s possible as those showers start to impact the high desert. And it's an unsettled weather pattern Thursday and Friday. Some showers expected, cooler, breezy at times. By Saturday and Sunday, gusty winds, more rain, some mountain snow. By Sunday and Sunday night going through Monday, even into Tuesday, some snow showers are even going to be possible through the start of the day and the end of the days. And temperatures are just staying much more chilly as we go into next week. So just to recap for you, our weather headlines for this Wednesday, October the 8th include the fall flip actually happening. It's starting tonight. Showers and cooling with periods of clearing are expected Thursday and Friday. Our weekend snow levels drop with more precipitation in the forecast. That means mountain snow is expected, but as of right now, we're not seeing too much in the way of impacts from this system, just some showers to our south popping up on radar every now and then, and this is just the beginning of what's going to shape up to be an active weather pattern through this weekend, and those changes start Thursday and Friday. That's the latest in weather. Join us tonight on Central Oregon Daily News with the latest headlines and your most reliable forecast. See you then.